Hello, I'm Tan the Tan BOTC channel. This is going to be a shorter video, but I just got done watching the movie Diablo with Scott Eastwood. I've been trying to get a hold of this or to watch it sometime. It luckily came on Tubi. After his wife is kidnapped by criminals, a young Civil War veteran must journey through the wilderness to find her before it's too late. Walton Goggins was in it, Danny Glover. Um, Pretty cool actors. I've seen Walton Goggins and stuff like Hateful Eight, Django Unchained, and such. Um, I might have spelled Django Unchained and what I'm going to show you wrong, but whatever gets across the same way. But I usually kind of write notes and stuff and take pictures. Sadly, you can't take the picture of the whole screen. But I actually liked this movie, and I liked it more than I thought it was going to. There were only two things I didn't like. First off, I think when they were doing, there's a vision scene when they were doing that and showing the shaky cam and all that. That was kind of dumb, terrible looking, honestly. And then the other thing was a dumbass line where he says that wasn't very nice to a Native American kid that he shot at. I thought that was a pretty silly line. I don't know. But that was pretty much all the faults I had. And this isn't rated very well, if I'm to believe. Let's see if I can find Diablo. Whoops. I am a DB. DB. That's not it. Oh, frick. I have to frickin' type it again. God damn it. Uh, it's 2018, I think? I think. Nope. What year? 2016. Okay. Yeah, 4.5 out of 10. Um, Interesting. Yeah. So I thought this was a good movie. I kind of wish I could see more because he looks so much like his goddamn father. Lawrence Roke is the one that directed this. Uh, there were only a few times where I kind of felt the Clint Eastwood side of him come out. But other than that, he did feel wholly his own. This movie definitely took a twist. So I started out watching. I said I'm watching the Scott Eastwood cowboy film, Diablo. I'm trying to get my hands on watching this finally. Found out that the ghoul was in it. I was like, that's pretty cool. I just showed some details. I liked the cinematography. There's some beautiful cinematography in this. Nice cinematography. I'm just thinking the nice dissolve from frickin' Spaceballs. Frickin' Walton Goggins, every time he was on screen, he was just satisfying evil cowboy. He's eating the scenery, and he's so fun every time he was on screen. I also just posted some stuff with his other roles. I didn't even know he was in frickin' the Prey game. Now I want to play that again. But I knew him from a bunch of these other movies. There's where I'm spelling Django. I forgot the H. Um, then, yeah, I was talking about how there's a weird mystery behind the main character, and I might even rewatch this film because I want to see every time Goggins is on screen, because he's doing like horrible things to people. And there's like an air mystery to the character. Spoilers, by the way, there's definitely going to be some spoilers. And like it gets into this situation where like even Danny Glover's freaking out at this dude. He's scared of this dude. They were apparently in the Civil War together, and there's like a hinted vision of like uh his freaking brother or whatever being shot by him. It's implied he shot him, but it's hinted that it's an accident. And then I come to this scene where Walton Goggins is there. By the way, Scott Eastwood is like off the side, saying, I can never seem to lose you, can I?" He's got him gun pointed, asking him to pray louder. And then it shows his daughter's perspective, and Walton Goggins is Scott Eastwood. I was freaking like, what the frick? And I was like, Two-Face, Scott dual personalities. I was shocked by this. I thought this was a cool kind of reveal. He was dual personality. I love the ending where he's acting like Walton's character, and he doesn't like miss a single freaking shot. Then I got carried away what they should have probably named this. It would have been cool because they used the revolvers in it in a kind of cool way. I didn't even realize until now. Because they had times where they showed you close-ups of like the revolvers at times. They did a good job with the use of some of the cinematography. I wouldn't say it's a perfect film. I can kind of see why it looks kind of basic to people, but I'm glad I watched this. This is not definitely not going to be up there with stuff like frickin' No Country for Old Men and stuff, of course, or even most of Clint Eastwood's films. But I am glad that I'm pleasantly surprised by this movie, and then it literally surprised me with this scene. Like, what the frick? And I liked the touch on the dual personality. I didn't give away entirely what happens at the end, though. But this was a cool film. Um, I think it's a good watch. It's free on Tubi. The best part is for some reason I didn't have a single goddamn ad. This was one of the. I may have had another movie or two where I haven't gotten a single goddamn ad, but I haven't gotten a single goddamn ad with this one. I don't. I'm sure it'll be different with other people, but it was so weird that I didn't have a single ad. But I love this movie. You might get a little bored at it at first. I will say that it needs to pick up a little bit, but frickin' when this part starts to really kick in, I think it's worth it, especially for the aftermath and stuff. It's such a different kind of cowboy movie from what I typically see, or Western movies. I know they're called Westerns. I actually feel like watching Pale Rider after that. Pale Rider is like one of my personal favorite Clint Eastwood movies, even though I think The Good, Bad, Ugly is definitively the best. And then I love to think No Country for Old Men is kind of like anti Good, Bad, and Ugly movie, or like reverse. And then you can also take Reservoir Dogs. There's some influence there too. I know Quentin Tarantino loves Reservoir Dogs, but it's cool to see an actor that's been in a couple of films of Quentin Tarantino and is now known as like a freaking very famous cowboy ghoul now. He's also been even bad cowboy based movies like Cowboys versus Aliens, but he's always such a blast. He's always such a fun character when he's on screen. So it is cool to see him. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about that. I thought I'd share. There are a couple other things I'm doing too. Let me just so my stuff. So I'm trying to watch this version of The Punisher. They also have the other version with John Travolta. I can't remember the other guy's name right now. Also some Mystery Science Theater, but I've been watching a lot of older stuff, Abbott and Costello, Three Stooges, Honeymooners, stuff like that, even this. Um, I don't know what this is, but it got piqued my interest as this foreign animated cat slash mouse movie. I don't know what it is, but I've only watched part of the beginning. Of course, I love Drew Carey, frickin' all these other guys. But yeah, I've been trying to watch a bunch of other stuff. And you can see, of course, I got a little Jeff Dunham here just because I felt in the mood. Bunch of older stuff I would love to talk about in a video someday. Of course, BuzzFeed Unsolved, Sabrina, and I would like to talk about them someday. You know, love Survivor Man. There's the Hateful Eight. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to finish frickin' Titanic. I just felt like watching again. And of course, Crocodile Hunter. He is frickin' 100, isn't he? Frickin' Dick Van Dyke. That's crazy. I just saw something about that, and then I have a couple other movies here that I saved that I might watch because some of them I never heard, some of them I wanted to just watch again. I've never heard of these two. I might check them out. But yeah, I've been checking out a bunch of stuff, and yeah, I think that's about it. Um, Hopefully, I can talk more movie stuff. I don't show sequences unless it's like pictures and stuff. I've even used just this background because I don't know, I hate dealing with copyright claim crap. But it was such a good movie, such a good movie. Um, but I wouldn't say it's like the best cowboy movie, Western, or the best like movie in general. Definitely not. But I think it's a good watch for those interested. Sorry if I spoiled it for you though. I didn't entirely spoil the ending though. I didn't even know who to root for by the end of the movie. Even that threw me off. It's like, what the frick? Usually they have you root for someone, and now I'm like, am I supposed to root for the ones that are the bad guys? Or were looked at as the bad guys from this whole until this point? What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? I didn't know what to make of the movie. The only confusing thing, the reason I don't know if I would have gone with the title of Diablo is because of the video game called Diablo. Uh, that is the only reason I was like, uh. But yeah, I enjoyed this film. I think the later half is probably the best part of it, but now it makes me want to rewatch to see every time Walt Goggins was on screen. Now that I know what I know. Crazy. That might actually make it a good first watch for people, even. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll see you next time. You have an awesome day. Don't forget to tell Jimmy's mom I said hi.